What if I told you that the script for the 2026 NBA season was already written exactly 27 years ago? Just look at your screen right now. On one side, you've got a 22-year-old kid who doesn't even seem human, carrying the second youngest roster in NBA history on his back. On the other side, you've got the most valuable historic franchise in the world, trying to break a 53-year curse of heartbreak, jokes, and letdowns. If you thought you'd seen it all in modern basketball, think again. What's about to go down tonight at Madison Square Garden is going to change the NBA forever. And there are some crazy connections and secrets behind this finals matchup that almost nobody is talking about. The first big thing most people are missing is that basketball history loves a poetic rematch. Back in 1999, the San Antonio Spurs and the New York Knicks faced off in this exact same series. Back then, the Spurs were the new kids on the block led by a quiet big man who would change the game forever, Tim Duncan. They won that series, captured the franchise's first ever ring, and started one of the greatest dynasties in sports history. Now, 27 years later, history is repeating itself almost identically. Except this time, there's a much scarier, wilder wild card in the mix. The million-dollar question keeping Vegas odds makers and NBA coaches up at night is simple. How do you stop a 7'4" alien who moves and shoots like an elite point guard? Victor Wembanyama just came out of an absolute 7-game war against the Oklahoma City Thunder. He didn't just win. He put up video game numbers, hitting historic averages that only guys like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar ever reached in their prime. But there's a catch. The Spurs are completely gassed, playing on pure fumes. And that's where things get dramatic, because their opponent has had over a week of pure rest, just sitting back and studying every single weakness and play of the young French star. While the Spurs were bleeding out west, the Knicks were doing the impossible. A brutal 11-game win streak in the playoffs. They absolutely steamrolled the Eastern Conference with the highest point differential in the modern era. New York breathes basketball, but they haven't won a championship since 1973. That's over 5 decades of pure frustration built up in the throats of the loudest fan base in the world. And this rivalry didn't just start yesterday. They already went at it earlier this season in the in-season tournament finals, and New York took the crown. But the June finals are just a different beast. It either turns players into legends, or exposes their biggest flaws for the whole world to see. Will the Knicks' suffocating physical defense lock down the unstoppable, or is the alien going to silence Madison Square Garden, shock the world, and start his own dynasty way ahead of schedule? Game 1 tips off tonight. It's the weight of a 53-year drought against the start of the most premature dynasty of all time. 2 absolute juggernauts colliding on the biggest stage in basketball. But what about you? Which side of history are you rolling with in this epic battle? Who do you think is walking away with the ring when the dust settles? Let me know your picks in the comments below. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates on this war, and get ready, because the greatest show on earth is about to start.